One man is on a mission to change the experience of children in the foster care system.
And he's doing so by packing one comfort case at a time. Plus, he just came out with a book. Court standing by, learning more.
Hey, good morning, ladies. Yes, his book is called A Forever Family. This is Rob Scheer joining us this morning. Thank you so much, especially coming in from the East Coast, rather, here to the West Coast. Absolutely. Okay, so my first question for you: you grew up in the foster care system.
That is correct. I actually grew up in the system and aged out at 18 and became a homeless teenager, actually living on the streets right outside of D.C.
Wow. So that in and of itself is just, I mean, it's an incredible situation to even have to mentally deal with, let alone physically. There are things that foster children go without because there's so much moving, and it's at a moment's notice.
Well, you know, you're looking at 438,000 children that are in our system, and what they do is they go from home to home carrying a trash bag. I have 4 amazing children that I adopted out of foster care. My daughter Amaya, when she was 4 years old and arrived in my home, she didn't even have a nightgown. You know, she didn't even own a toothbrush. And these are things that kids should have. They deserve to have the basics. And that's what we started to do. We decided to put some cases together. We thought that we would do a couple hundred cases. We wanted to teach our kids that leaders don't sit on the sidelines. They do something. Little did I know that 5 years later and 42,000 cases, yes, in 40 states, including D.C. and Puerto Rico. And we're a 95% volunteer-ran charity.
This is incredible.
It's been amazing.
And they're called comfort cases. So what exactly comes inside each case?
So every single case gets a brand new pair of pajamas with a tag. Every single case gets a blanket because my son Grayson, when he was 6 years old, he said, "Daddy, we have to do a blanket." And I said, "A blanket?" I said, "These kids aren't cold." He said, "No, Daddy, every time they wrap themselves up in their blankie, they know we love them." He got it. We make sure that they get a toothbrush, a toothpaste. They make sure that they get their own lotion, their own bar of soap, their own shampoo. But we also make sure that they get a book. See, I truly believe that there's no such thing as a used book. It's only a book that's been loved. And that's why we write books. You know, even for me writing a book, it's for you to love it in your mind, love it in your heart, but then pass it on. So we put a book in every single one, and then everybody gets a stuffed animal. We do cases from birth up to the age of 19.
So everybody is prepared for whatever their needs might be, and it's ready to go at a moment's notice.
And make sure that it's on their first night, that we want them to have comfort on their first night.
So let me ask you this. So you've got your book signing tomorrow at the Barnes & Noble on Arden Way. So you're going to be talking about your book, but will you also be able to talk to people about your experiences in the foster care system and maybe, you know, some of the things that kids, because I think a lot of times we disconnect if we've not been affected directly, we disconnect exactly how these kids are feeling going through the shuffle.
Right. And I agree with you. And yeah, I will definitely be there to tell my story and to tell the story of my children. You know, I have 4 kids, as I said. My youngest is 9, Tristan. I have his brother Grayson, who's 11. My son Mackay, who they said would never talk and never walk. And now, you know, he runs and he looks at me and says, "I love you, Daddy." Kids are resilient. And these kids deserve to have a forever family.
Fantastic. There is a chapter about Mackay in your book, which it made me cry. So if you want to cry too, check out the book. It's called A Forever Family. And meet Rob. He's going to be at the Barnes & Noble Arden Way in Sacramento tomorrow. You can check that out. And again, more information about comfort cases as well. All the info on our website. We'll see you on the other side of the break on a good day.